You are about to watch one of the most positive fan cams in a long time. Chelsea fans, we are feeling good, baby. But if you want to feel even better, check out IPVANISH, the best VPN out there. There's so many people, they can't watch the 3 o'clock kickoffs. They've got these Sky subscriptions. They don't have all the games. Get the VPN now. Save 83%. And you will be able to watch every single game. You heard it first. Link in the description below. Check it out. Up the Chelsea.
Oh, what's good, gang? Chelsea on top. We're winning the Premier League. Fuck anybody else who's on that Johnson. Fuck them all. Oh my God, I'm on camera right now. You hear me? Yeah, anybody who's in the Premier League cannot compete with Chelsea. You saw the performance today. It was 1-1, but we capitalized when it mattered. It was 2-1, and we fucking won. So nobody else can get on top like it is Chelsea. Because they're all bottoms. They're all getting railed from the back.
There you go. Gang.
They're all bottoms.
Gang. Yeah. Gang, boys.
I appreciate it. Thanks for the interview, bro.
Chelsea gang.
Yeah.
You got to cater to the American fan base.
How do we top that? Should we just wrap it now? Mate, I can't say anything that's going to beat that, can I? Yeah. I mean, we railed them from the back. Great analytical analysis. Yeah. I mean, what else can we say? That's exactly what happened, isn't it? Yeah.
Make sure you get a fancy steakhouse tonight.
Mate, what the fuck is going on here?
Make some good meals. That's a proper boyfriend right there.
Oh, God, I can't handle it today. I can't handle it. People can't see what's happening off camera, but Father's giving it the big one.
Yeah, Elton's smashed, mate. He's had a one too many. Yeah.
Let's talk about the football.
But that'd be a good idea, wouldn't it? Yeah. Yeah, big result, mate. Massive. We needed it. It feels like it's been a while since we've had something like that, like a win like that, in terms of last minute, the scenes, the celebrations, everything. Just like a real feel-good feel around the stadium, and that's what that there summed up what Chelsea is. That's what this club is, and that's what we are. And we need to have more games like that, more days like that, more wins like that. And we kept going right until the end. And do you know what, mate? We fully deserved to win today. We really did.
Yeah, there's not many performances that. There's not many performances that, you know, right at the end you've got a moment, and it's not like it's a good chance, but it's half a chance as well, because you've got so many players, Charlie, that miss that. And I just felt at the end a bit of manhood coming back to this club, taking the game and saying, I'm having it. You know, and that is what it's about at the top level. Not waiting for mistakes, making things happen. And I feel so happy after this one. I can't say I expected it, mate, but if you'd asked me 70 minutes into the match, should we win? I would have said absolutely. The way we played, we totally deserved it.
You know, mate, we did play really well. You know, I thought the lineup was good. He went with that 3-man midfield, which I felt worked really well. I was a bit surprised to see that it was Reece at right back and Gusto in the middle, but Gusto actually worked out all right in the midfield. I mean, there was a few sloppy moments here and there, but it didn't go anywhere near as badly as I was expecting. I thought Enzo Fernandez had a very good game as well, particularly off the ball. His work rate and what he was doing out of possession was impressive, as well as what he was doing in it. And yeah, the front line was reasonable as well. I think the big disappointment about the first half was not creating more opportunities and not getting a second goal and killing the game off, because it doesn't matter how well you're playing at 1-0, you're always leaving yourself vulnerable to conceding, and leaving yourself vulnerable to a team getting back into the game, and especially a team with Liverpool's quality in the final third. But I mean, Caicedo, what a goal. I mean, what a hit. I mean, the script writers, you know, in football, it's just mad, isn't it? You know, I know it's 3 years after he rejected him or whatever, but still, Caicedo smashing one top bins against Liverpool, it doesn't get much better than that, does it? It really doesn't. Do you know what? Defensively as well, I thought we were pretty solid. I was really impressed with Badiashile and Achiampong. Big disappointment they both went off injured. I don't know what it is about us with injuries and centre-backs at the moment. At least it's the international break, and we'll have Chalobah and Fofana back after for Forest. I don't know what the update is on Achiampong or Badiashile, but especially for Badiashile, he's literally just come back, and to get injured again, if it's a lengthy one or it's a few weeks out, it is a real big blow. So, because I thought he'd done really well, I was looking back to his best again.
Yeah, I mean, just going back to what you said about Gusto and James, what do you think the thought process was with Maresca playing Gusto down in the middle rather than out wide, overlapping like we've seen him play his best?
I don't really know, to be honest. I don't know. Maybe he felt that James is a better right back defensively, or he's better defensively than Gusto, so he wanted him up against a Gakpo or a Salah or whatever. Maybe that was part of the thinking. I'm not too sure, but it sort of took me a couple of minutes, and I noticed it. It's like, well, what's going on here? Why is Gusto in the middle? But I don't really know what the explanation is, or I can't really think of any reason why. But yeah, it works out okay in the end.
That's the most important thing. Even if we didn't play well, just winning this game means so much to so many people. But back in the performance with a result as well, that sends such a positive message around the fan base. And to be honest with you, we'll shut a lot of people up, Charlie, because I'm not saying anyone in particular, but...
No, call them out.
A lot of people were angry, man. A lot of people were pissed off after Brighton. And I feel like there is a section of the fan base that, like me, didn't like Maresca last season, but didn't necessarily appreciate what we did at the end of the season, winning the Club World Cup. And they're just waiting for that moment to come and criticise us again. And I don't understand why. I really don't get it, because I know how you are. You don't have anything against the manager, but you want him to make the right decisions, and that frustrates you at times. But we've got to give credit where credit's due as well. Yeah,
I thought it was really good today, man. The lineup was good enough, the substitutions right as well. Big difference, and a real shift in mentality, real shift in mindset. At 1-1, he went for the game. Triple sub, chucked on Esteval, Gittins and Mark Guiu. And that made a difference. We had renewed energy up there. We were fresh. We had legs. We were looking dangerous. And that's all you can ask for. A manager to learn from his mistakes, and a manager to make the right decisions and change the game and try and win games. And look, if we hadn't won today, at least he went for it, trying to win with those subs. And so he deserves real credit for learning from those mistakes in games against Brighton and Man United and whatnot, and putting that right in this game. We could have easily tried to shut up shop and settle for a point against the champions who've lost back-to-back games, but no, we actually went for it, and we got our rewards for it at the end. So the manager deserves big credit for that, as do the players that came on who made a difference.
Yeah, what about Garnacho? What did you make of his game?
I thought it was all right. A disappointing moment. I felt he was, gave Bradley problems in that first half. There's a moment in the second half as well where he was in a great position where he should have shot, but instead he played it across the box and there was no one there. I felt he was all right. There's going to be an improvement. There needs to be more improvement from him, but I felt that was all right from him today. It wasn't like wow, but it wasn't terrible either. There's something to work with, but there needs to be a lot more work as well.
He looks like a creator more than a match winner.
Yeah, I would say so. And the frustrating thing again today is like a number of times we put a ball across the box, dangerous ball across the box, and there's no one there. João Pedro at centre forward I would say it's a problem, but it doesn't really work. He's not an out-and-out 9. That's another game with him at centre forward where he's just been anonymous, not involved. I don't think he had a single shot on target in the time that he was on the pitch, and playing him as a lone 9 does not work. I think he needs to be a 10, or he needs to play...
We need some support.
Or he needs a creative number 10 behind him. And obviously he's not had that in the past few games. So I was disappointed in him, but it didn't work for him today. And, that's something that we need to address moving forward, especially up against the likes of Van Dijk and Konate, two big lads, two physical centre-backs. It was hard to see him having much joy. So I think that's going to be something we need to tactically look at for games going forward until Delap comes back.
Talk to me about the midfield three. What did you make of the link-up? How did you feel about, obviously we know the goal, but Enzo Fernandez in there as well. Obviously Lavia come on a little bit later.
Yeah, I mean, Caicedo was brilliant again. The strike's phenomenal. We know he's got a few of them in him. Obviously, won at Brentford earlier this season as well. But yeah, look, the midfield balance was good today. I liked what I saw from the midfield. As I said earlier, I was impressed with Enzo Fernandez. Should have really scored that header at the end, but luckily we didn't pay the price for that. And Lavia I thought it was exceptional when he came on. We know how good this guy is. We just really got to ensure that we can keep him fit for a period of time. He makes such a difference in there. We had 40 minutes of Jarrell Hayter and Reece James at centre backs against the defending champions, and with Lavia and Caicedo in front of them, I wasn't really that concerned about that centre-back pairing because of the protection that they give and because they don't lose the ball and they're just intercepting left, right and centre. So Lavia is going to make such a big difference for us, providing he stays fit.
I mean, even still, I thought Hato was fantastic, mate.
Yeah.
And this sort of begs the question, even though he was disappointing against Brentford when he made his debut, I would be open, if that's what he can do against Liverpool in such a high-pressure scenario, I'd be open to see him in other games, if needed, playing in that central role.
Yeah, no, of course, he can play centre-back. It's obviously not his first choice position or whatever, but he can play there, and he did a good job. So fair play to him for that. And hopefully we're not in a situation again this season where we're really struggling for centre backs and we have to do that. But it's good to know that we've got that option, and he's more than capable of doing a job there. And so I was impressed by him. Reece James did a good job in at centre back as well. Obviously, I don't know what happened for the goal that we conceded, but. I felt, given the circumstances, we actually defended really well. Given it was makeshift, I felt it was a very good effort.
I felt at times that the Stamford Bridge was holding back, and I do think it's because people were referring back to the Brighton game, the United game, all the rest of the Brentford conceding late. And in order to instill confidence in the fan base, you have to lead from the front on the pitch, and just the best way to finish. And I was celebrating really hard. I was like, fucking hate the music, but it was a great.
Mate,
it was a great moment.
To be fair, I didn't even think about the music when the moment was on. You don't even think about it. It's just how nice is it to be on the right end of a late goal? Because Brighton's done us twice in added time last week. Brentford done us in added time. It's such a relief to be on the right end of things at the end. And we deserved it. It's a really nice team goal as well. Cucurella puts a great ball across the box, and Esteval's alert, gets in front of Robertson, and a really nice finish. And do you know what? So nice to have someone getting on the end of a cross in the box instead of it just going across and there's no one there. So, Esteval looks like an absolute superstar. He's just mad. He's our best winger, and he's literally 18.
Better than Neto?
In terms of impact, in terms of in the final third, maybe not overall package right now, maybe not best, most effective, I would say.
What makes him better than players like Garnacho, Gittins?
He just plays with a fearlessness. He picks the ball up and he runs, and his first thought is getting forward. His first thought's beating his man, gets in dangerous positions, got really good feet. End product is getting better. He's just more excited. He plays with a fearlessness. I feel like sometimes the Garnacho and the Gittins are playing a bit within themselves. Maybe they're a little bit scared. Esteval don't care if he gives the ball away. He'll get it again. He'll take his man on and he'll beat him next time. And that's what you're looking for. Players who are playing on the front foot. That's the most important thing.
Big up to you, Charlie. Thanks so much. Good to see you, man.